It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go!
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Question upstairs, go ahead.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Jeff, on Thursday you noted that Jimmy Johnson's two best racetracks were this one and Martinsville, and that the strategy would just have to be that you had to beat him, you had to make him earn it. You did exactly that tonight. He leads a race high 67 laps, and you still win. One, does it mean more to do it that way, to beat a guy who's so dominant here? And two, can you do it again at Martinsville?
Well, let's enjoy this one first. They've been incredible at Martinsville. I mean, Hendrick in general, between Jeff and Jimmy, they've been the. I mean, just give them the clock. I mean, it seems like they've just been unbelievably fast. You know, it is rewarding to. You know, we didn't come here to race Jimmy Johnson. We came here to try to beat 42 other guys, and Jimmy Johnson and that team are the point leaders, and they certainly are, set the bar pretty high. But we didn't come here to focus on them. We didn't come here to focus on the 18 or anybody. We just focus on us. We understand that we've got to beat them, but the only way we can beat them is for us to pay attention to what we're doing. And it's really rewarding when you can do that, because these don't happen a whole they don't happen a whole lot, and so. It is rewarding because they've done a great job, but it's it's more rewarding internally for what we've accomplished rather than the feeling we get for knocking them off their perch.
Come back downstairs. Can I ask if anyone has any more questions for Scott Miller? We've got a couple here, so maybe we can get those real quick because he's got to get out to tear down. Who's got questions for Scott Miller? Two back there real quick. Thank you.
Brian Keith, FrontStretch.com. Scott, Jeff Burton last night in the nationwide race decided to take 4 tires, and you found out he wasn't able to get back through the pack in time. Did that enter in your decision all to take no tires on the last pit stop?
Well, I mean, a little bit, I would say, but mostly just history, here at this track and on mile and a halves in general. The strategy that we did tonight has worked for others, and like I said, the car was happy on that set of tires, so it made sense to play it that way and leave a set of tires on that the car seemed to be happy with there at the end.
Okay, you had a question for Scott. Go ahead.
Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. Scott, you and Greg Biffle were the only 2 cars that ran in the top 10 for the entire race. How did you keep the car ahead of the track that much, and how many changes did you have to make throughout the night to be able to stay on top of it that well?
Well, we didn't have to make big adjustments tonight. Fortunately, we started off a little bit on the tight side, and we got it free there in the middle of the race, and we were really just working with air pressure and stagger in the tires, and fortunately the track conditions came to what our race car liked there toward the end of the event. We've been on the other side of that at times where we've been pretty good early and haven't been able to put the pieces together at the end when it's time to win. So fortunately tonight the shoe was on the other foot, and we were good when we needed to be good.
If that's it for Scott, we'll let him get to post-race inspection. Scott, we appreciate it. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions for either Richard or Jeff? We've got one right over here with Jim, and then we'll go to Dave and then Tom.
Jim Uttershaw, Observer. Jeff, this will be your first multiple win season since 2001. When you look back, do you think you've had more opportunities to be in victory lane this season compared to the others, or did you have just as many opportunities in recent seasons but perhaps didn't get the opportunity to capitalize on them as much, or does it stick out in some way?
You have to excuse me 1 minute. I have to think about that. I don't remember earlier in the year feeling like one got away from us. I don't think so. I mean, we hadn't been a team that's led a tremendous amount of laps, and I feel like when we've had the opportunity, we've pretty much been able to take advantage of it. So, what our anxiety has been about is not having enough opportunities. Because you're you're going to not succeed more than you do. So we've been working hard to try to give ourselves more opportunities. But I don't, the opportunities presented itself a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4 times this year, and we've done it twice. So I think we've done a good job of executing.
Dave Exum. Hang on, we need the mic. Bring him the mic. And we go to Jensen and Marty back in the back. Go.
Dave Exum, NASCAR scene. Richard, how do you handle Jeff's success and the other 2 guys that are in the chase and keeping them all together with their mindset going into Martinsville and the rest of the season?
Well, I mean, I'm a fortunate owner to have 3 drivers that work so close together and work good together, and they're as happy for Jeff as I am tonight, because sure they would have wanted to win, but we can talk about things and talk through it, and so I think they're happy too.
Go ahead, Tom, then Marty.
Jeff, Tom Jensen, SpeedTV.com. You're 69 back, Biffle's 86 back. Nobody else is in a position where they can lead next week. The next closest guy's 168 back. As this thing gets deeper and there are fewer guys at the front, how much easier does it make it for you having to race just 2 or 3 guys for a championship versus 5 or 8 or 10?
I guess it makes it easier. Obviously, it's less people to race, but they're not going to race you any less hard. You know what I mean? It's, if Matt Kenseth has obviously, had some bad luck, and but he's not going to go to Martinsville and not try to win because he's not in chase. So we still have to race him, and that's how it should be. The guys that aren't in the chase or have had trouble and aren't going to be able to win, or it doesn't look like they're going to be able to win, they still have the same right to the racetrack that everybody else does. So you still got to go race them. And again, we just aren't going to get caught up in watching the 48 and watching the 07 and there's a lot that's going to happen between now and then. I mean, I know everybody keeps saying this. Everybody wants to give somebody a trophy right now. Just hold on for a little while. I mean, we're halfway through this thing, and anything can happen. And by the way, probably will happen.